happy day to you. And I think we all remember that horrible joke in that movie where the mother tomato and the father tomato are walking with baby tomato, and the baby tomato just can't keep up. So the mother tomato walks back to him and stomps on him and says, catch up. Well, that's not the kind of catch up we're talking about today. We're talking about the catch up that you can do in the 401k or TSP. And that one is kind of a bummer. I think that's a horrible joke, but you get it, right? So the catch up that we can do currently is great. It's extra money that you can contribute into your TSP or your 401k or whatever. And the goal is to increase the money that's going into your bucket of money. And we're all familiar with how you can get a tax deduction, right? It's deducting money off of your salary. So if you make $100,000 and you contribute, say, $26,000 into your TSP, your 401k, or whatever, let's say $20,000 because I can do the math. But also the catch up is above, doesn't matter. So we'll edit that out. So we'll start over from, so if you contribute, so if you make $100,000 and you contribute $20,000 into your TSP, then that following year, you're only going to be taxed on $80,000 because you contributed 20 grand into the pre-tax bucket. It was not taxed. Social Security doesn't even get the alert. You only made 80 grand. They're only taxing you on 80. So that's still happening. That's not the change for 2026 for next year. You're still able to do some contributions, obviously, and catch up. But there's some new information. So there's some new catch up dollar amounts for people of different ages. So this already was happening this year, 2025. So everybody that's over 50 has the ability to do catch up. So normal world, you can add $7,500 in the year 2026 to your already, to the contribution that you're already doing. Okay. Now, all that means is you can put more money in if you're over the age of 50. Why? Because some people, when they were under the age of 50, were doing life and they were unable to keep contributing such significant dollar amounts into this account. But they're doing this additional catch up for people that were born in 1962 through 1965, where they can do a catch up of $11,250. That's more, obviously, than the $7,500. So what you're looking at is this year, 2025. These are the catch-up contributions that you can add, right? So this year, we can only put in a baseline of like $23,500. Next year, the base is going to be $24,500. That's the base. But in 2026, the catch-up is going to go up to $8,000, not just to $7,500. And then, of course, those that have that special contribution, they're still able to add more. But in TSP, things are changing. And this upcoming year in 2026, you're still going to be able to do the catch up. But if you are considered a high income earner, that is, their current level is this $145,000. I'm not sure if that's going to be subject to change, but as it stands, that's the number we're kind of working on. So put in the back of your mind, if you're making over $145,000, each individual, this is only individual because remember, it's an individual that contributes into their own TSP or 401k. So you can still do a catch up. But if you are earning over that dollar amount within the TSP benefit world, the retirement world, not like, oh, I have other income, right? Rental income would not count to go over the 145. Self-employment income that you have in addition would not contribute to that. Does that make sense? Only your FERS income that you have, or if it's a 401k, only that income from your job. So if your federal employee job has you making over $145,000, then the catch up that you contribute into will not go into the traditional side. It will still go into your TSP, but that will be forced to go into your Roth contribution. So people say, oh, they're forcing me to have a Roth. Well, first of all, we like a Roth. A Roth is good. But if you're a high income earner, your goal in doing catch up is actually to reduce your taxable income for that year. And that's no longer going to be a thing. It's going to be the baseline only that can be pre-tax. The additional amount, which I'm still a fan of you contributing into, will be Roth, which means you get taxed on the catch-up amount, but those dollars will start growing tax-free as time goes by. That way, as long as you've had them for 5 years or more and wait till after the age of 59 and a half, you're able to take that money out, contributions and growth, no tax. So it can be a good thing, but you need to be aware of this, because if you are one of these higher income earners and you start contributing thinking you're going to get a tax deduction on that extra, $8,000 or $11,000, it's not going to be a tax deduction. It's not going to be reducing your income. It's going to be put into the Roth, which is taxable. So there you have it. If you're over that income threshold, maybe we want to talk, make some plans, because again, it makes sense to keep contributing. I say you should. I'm a big fan of the Roth, and for a higher income earner to have a Roth, it becomes difficult outside. Of course, you could only do it in the TSP anyway, really, if you are over that threshold. But we just want to know what's going on, make some plans accordingly, and we will see you next year with all the updates and all the plans.